We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP500 index, doing a full transition from yesterday to today so far, from white with red borders to dark green bars. And within today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:25 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and within minutes, call options went up 50% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY doing that complete transition and bouncing back up towards 380. And interesting enough, it used 380 today as support here based off the 30-minute and bounced up towards the 382, almost 383 area. We're going to break down what the inflow versus outflow is showing. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot at 10:05 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows had already crossed the midpoint to the upside. Full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. And if you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY doing a complete transition here from the 21st of December from bright green bars, which is the rip area as I like to call it, to the dip area yesterday here of white with red borders on December 22nd. And so far today, it's done a full transition from yesterday from the dip area into dark green bars. And the last piece that's missing is the bright green bars if these transitions and strength continue, right? And this is 42 vision for those of you coming across the channel for the first time. It allows us to see the rips to the dips and the dips to the rips within the volatility and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bear indicator yesterday in the pre-market. Outflows had crossed and it dominated to the downside for most of the day. Now towards the second half of the day, down here at around 377, a bull indicator popped up. We were looking at that in yesterday's video. These inflows were coming back up, and I had stated I would watch if these inflows could bring themselves back over the midpoint and hold above it. And here you could see how those inflows cross, and in today's pre-market it was holding up, and once those outflows went ahead and started, it never crossed the midpoint, but they started to pull downwards. It had some turbulence, it found support and brought itself back up as soon as it went back up from red to green. And also that bull indicator never got canceled by a bear indicator. So today the inflows managed to stay above the midpoint, but here we have it towards the end of the day getting close to the midpoint again, guys. And this is going to be critical going into next week. So let's go ahead and look at some key levels here that I would watch and what I would be watching here within the chart. So the first thing is the 1 hour, guys. It got back over that midpoint. It was below it. And today in the pre-market, it got a bull indicator. Some volatility here, but that bull indicator held true. That inflow continued green and stay above the midpoint. And even though there was a slight pullback, things never got canceled, right? Those inflows stayed above, the bull indicator stayed there, and the transitions continued from white with red borders from yesterday on the 1 hour to dark green today. The last piece that's missing, as you could see here, A full transition from the dip area to the rip area is bright green bars, followed after that bull indicator holding true and the resistance levels continuing to get broken through like it did here when it went from 381 to 387, and so far it's only gone from 380 to 383. Now it's not guaranteed to make the same exact move, but something to keep in mind. Another thing too is the inflows reached a max point here of 3.94, and so far right now they're at 2.95. So based off the history of the chart, it has room to go higher, and these are some of the highest points that we've seen inflows go since the bear indicator from back here on December 13th at around 405, and those outflows crossing and rejecting the next day and falling down for consecutive days into dip areas and outflows being dominated. So these are some of the highest inflows that we've seen here within this fight of trying to hold the support here of 380 to 375 area. Now in the 30-minute time frame, strength here from yesterday to today, and in the 15-minute within the volatility, it did get a bear indicator towards the bell. The outflows had crossed over, and once they brought themselves back up, that bull indicator popped up right there at 380, and the SPY found support right when it came back towards it and bounced back up for most of the day, guys. So this is critical here that these inflows cross back over. Within the volatility, it's under a bull indicator, and I would watch here if these inflows could stay above the midpoint and not cross back down, because if they do, it could quickly start to reflect into the chart within the volatility. And here we are on the 15-minute, completing a full transition from dip area to the rip area in the pre-market, and then today in the after hours it hit bright green as well. Could it continue? Well, there's some key levels to watch here, and also the 30-minute still hasn't completed the transition, but it doesn't guarantee it has to, right? It could stop right here at dark green and start to reverse. But let's look at some key supports and resistance. So the first support that I would watch is 380. Below that is 378. And then back here where that bull indicator popped up, which is 377 to 375 area. Now, I would also watch if these inflows actually lose traction and the outflows start to dominate. And if they do start to dominate, will it find support quickly and bring itself back up, or do a sharp downward trend like what happened here back on December 22nd, followed by a bull indicator reflecting into the chart pretty quickly, and then the 15-minute and the 1 hour falling with it? That's going to be critical, because once those outflows cross over, you could see how quickly it starts to reflect, followed by a bear indicator, and the market went from 384 down to 375. Again, not guaranteed to make the same exact move, but not something to ignore and something to keep in mind. Now, to the upside, if these inflows can actually hold up, or if they slightly cross down and bring themselves back up over the midpoint with strength, well, the first resistance that I'm watching is back up here where the bear indicator popped up, which is 385.50 to 386 area. And then above that is where the big rejection happened here twice at 387 to 388 area. And if that's accomplished, then I would watch 390. Those are the key levels I'm watching to the upside. And if it continues with strength, I want to see if these inflows on the 1 hour can stay above the midpoint and pull away from it, guys, because it's right now only at 295. And like I stated earlier in the video, it's hit highs here of about 360s to 4 area here on inflows the last time it hit the 386 to 387 area. Those are the key levels I would watch. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.